Gonna try out a new screen tent today. This is the Eclipse from Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's. It's also the Browning Basecamp screen house. They're the exact same thing. If you look online and you're looking for the Browning, I recommend looking for the Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's version because it actually is cheaper from what I've seen, even though it's the exact same thing. So my dad had this screen tent when I went camping with him a couple weeks ago, and I liked it, so I started looking around and picked one up. He had the Browning version. I got the cheaper one. Same thing. So I'm gonna set it up, see how it does. And I do like to try to set tents up without the instructions the first time. That kind of gives me a good idea of how easy it actually is to set up. If I can figure it out without the instructions, then you know, that's a plus in my book. Alright, here it is. So I will say I like the colors on this version better than the Browning one. The Browning one only comes in brown and tan. This one's, you know, got some red, kind of a tannish color. So I love red, it's my favorite color. So I do like the colors better. It's cheaper. My dad said his did not come with a wind wall. He has the Browning version. This one has a wind wall. So that is a plus. The downside to a lot of these screen tents though is that you can't get extra wind walls. You can't contact the company and they'll just sell you one, unfortunately. It's pretty windy out here today. I've only got it staked down in the corners, and it's doing all right so far. Probably gonna put the guy lines out just in case. We flip the camera around and we'll do a little tour. So one of the reasons I liked this one is because it has better vertical standing space all the way around. I also have a screen tent from Woods, Canada, which I do really like, but the downside to that one is that it has long legs that go up like this and just a small top part. So when you're in the rain, this one is also supposed to be water resistant, waterproof, just like the Woods one is, but the sides on the Woods one are more slanted, so when it rains you get a lot of rain through the screens. What I like about this one is these poles here have a little peak in the middle, so what that's going to do is force all the water down to the corners, which is where you want the water to run off. My dad said he's used his in the rain several times and has really liked it. So basically you get more standing space inside of it. In the Woods you got to kind of huddle in the middle section with the, you know, where it meets. So you get a little more usable space in this one, I think. It definitely took longer to set up than the Woods one does. It has more poles, but all of the poles are color coded, which is really nice. So this is the black pole, this is the yellow pole, you can see yellow there. That's the red pole, little red bit there, and there's red tape on the pole. And here's the other black pole. They're the same on both sides, and then here's the other yellow pole. So that definitely made it easy to set up without using any instructions. It's pretty easy to figure out. Might do a different order next time. Probably want to do both of these top ones first and then do the sides, or maybe the other way around. I'll have to play with it and see. So you got a door on this side, got a door on the other side, which is another nice thing about the Woods one, is that all 4 screens, you can unzip the screens on all 4 sides, and there's a little bag in the corner that you can stuff them into. So it doesn't have to be a screen tent, it can just be a canopy. But again, this one has more usable space inside of it. Like I said, this one did come with a wind wall, which is nice. Would be even nicer if I could get an extra one for the other side, but I'm not gonna nitpick that too much. Got a little loop up here for hanging stuff. I'm gonna flip the camera back around so you can see how much standing room I got. So I am 5'9". You can see I can, even over here on the side. Let's see. Yeah, I'm all the way against the wall right here where the pole meets. Standing up. In the middle, tons of room. I can barely even touch the top here. So, like I said, this just gives you a lot more room and potentially dry space when it's raining to actually hunker down in here and, you know, do what you're gonna do. It's nice to stay dry when you're at camp. So, yeah, once I get a chance to use this out, you know, camping, I'll do another video, but so far I like it. Probably gonna put a little sealant on the seams just to kind of make it a little more watertight. My dad did recommend doing that, but like I said, this is supposed to be water resistant, and all the water should run down into the corners over there, so it'll be nice. But so far so good. I like it. It also packs up smaller than the Woods one does, so it will take up less space in my camping box where I keep my tent and my canopy, so that'll be nice too. And it weighs about the same as the Woods. I think this one is 17 pounds. I think the Woods is also like 16 or 17 pounds, so not really a huge weight difference. And just for comparison's sake, here is the Woods and the Eclipse next to each other. There's the Woods. It's the lookout cap shelter. I do really like this, but you can see it is very nice. It's actually much better made than this one, but you know, this one's got more space inside. But anyway, there's the sizes together. You can see that packs up a little more compact. The Woods does come with the oversized bag to make it a little easier to put stuff in there, so I probably could get it a little smaller. It also has a floor that you can put in, so that's taking up a little more space, but I have not once used the floor, so this should take up a little less room in my box. And generally when I store these things, I don't always put them in the bag. I just have a Plano box that I keep my tent and these things in, so a lot of times I'll just put them in there loose and then put the poles in the bag and lay that in there. But there they are side by side, and I'll go ahead and put up a little video that I shot of the Woods just so you can get a comparison what it is like also. So this is the Woods shelter that I have. As you can see, it's got screens on all 4 sides. It's got this nice catch for the zipper when you're opening the doors like that. Every side can be a door and be opened, which is nice. It's got those bags that you can stuff the screen or door into. When it's open, you can open every side, like I said. This one is much simpler to set up. It takes less time. It's really only those 2 poles. But like I mentioned, the issue I've had with it is that you only get that one wind wall, and that's basically what keeps the water out when it's raining. Otherwise, the water just runs off right onto the screens, and you get a lot of dripping. So with this new one, the Eclipse, the Bass Pro Shops, like I said, those little peaks on each side kind of force the water into the corners, which is where you want it to run off. But again, I do really like the Woods Canopy too. It is very nicely made. It's easy to set up. It comes with the floor, and it's, you know, still a very nice tent. But for situations where it's going to be raining, I think the other one is probably going to do a little better.